Hey, Sonia here. You can use less makeup. I'm going to do my entire face with this, and you don't sacrifice your look. And I'm going to show you how. I'm going to use one eyeshadow, one lip and cheek, a bronzer, and then kind of a concealer color that I'm going to use, and that's going to be it on my face. And then, so take a gander right now what I look like, and then I'm going to show you the simplicity of using just these colors, and that you don't have to sacrifice what you look like. I mean, like, we don't want to look worse, right? I get it. So I preach all the time, less makeup. This is not where you have to go. My palette looks like this. Let me show, where's my palette? My palette actually looks like this. I love makeup and I love a variety. The beauty of this is it's magnetic, and I can create big and I can create small, and I never have to sacrifice how I want to look. So this here is my eyeshadows, and here is my face. I put part of it down in there. So I get to do my makeup the way I want to do it. So I love this look. I have more people comment on this. They're like, oh my gosh, how did you do that? Like, that is so, it's just eye-opening as a mature woman. So hi, I'm Sonia. I'm a mature skin friend of yours. I'm 55 years old, and we got a lot going on when we get a little bit older. We get some melasma, we may get redness, some sensitivity, we lose some collagen, some elasticity. We got a lot going on. And in that, we have to shift with our makeup, okay? I was at a place that I was wearing almost no makeup, and I didn't like that for me. You might like that. You might be like, it's freeing. For me, it wasn't. I like choosing to still look put together and using less, and I like makeup. I've been a cosmetologist since I've been 18, 19 years old, and I just love all things beauty. So I like this. I like this magnetic compact. I like having the variety and picking little tiny compacts that I can take on vacation, maybe a little bit bigger to do whatever. And then, you know, when I'm at home, I like having a bigger palette, but even at that, you can still, I mean, hello, it's TSA approved too. So, all right, with this, I'm going to use two brushes. I'm going to use a double-ended eyeshadow brush and a double-ended shape brush. Okay, it's a little bit more rounded, a little bit dense on this end. This end's a little bit fluffy. I'm really not going to be using that much, but this one's double-ended. All of our brushes are double-ended, and if you're kind of sensing a theme with the makeup, they want you to be able to simplify your vanity in your makeup bag and put everything in here. You can put your contour, your bronzer, your foundation shades, your eyeshadows, your illuminators, everything can fit into one compact. So if you're here and you're joining, I would love to hear you, where you're from and how cold is it there. In Northwest Ohio, it's a heat wave today. Actually, it's 28. It was about 10 yesterday. So I have a friend in Canada, and she is like negative 25. Yeah. Okay. So my friend here's commenting, and she's talking about deep lines and wrinkles. And that is why this makeup is so amazing for that, is because we can put makeup in strategic areas. We can use less, we get good coverage. And then the fine lines and the not so fine lines, because some of us have deep wrinkles, we can press in this makeup where it needs to go without it looking cakey and sitting in those lines and giving us issues. So let's start. I'm going to tell you, this right here is my eye primer. It's Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion, the name, in the color Eden. It is the way that I color correct my eyelids. My eyelids are red, but it gives me a little bit of a whitish color, a lightish color, like so. And that's going to help me with my eyeshadow look, because I'm going to use one eyeshadow color, and that's it. 17 in the mountain of North Carolina. You know, when we think in Ohio of North Carolina, we think that you guys are doing 60s and 70s this time of year. So, poor you. That's terrible. So cold. All right, double-ended brush, and I have hooded eyes, so everything I talk about is for hooded eyes. Typically, I will help you if you have deep set or not hooded eyes too. But so with this one eyeshadow look, I'm going to take the color Lullaby. It's a mauve medium shade. It's a medium tone. It may, if you're more fair than me, maybe it's a little bit darker on you, but all in all, it's a medium colored shade. It's one of my favorites to do a one eyeshadow look. So if you're picking out an eyeshadow and you want to do one eyeshadow, you want to get a medium tone color. You can do a dark color and put it on more lightly, but usually a really light color typically is not going to work for you. Oh my gosh. In the UK, it's raining and cold. Oh, okay. I'm going to take the fluffy end of this brush. You can take the dense end. And I'm going to tap it in, and I'm going to be really strategic. You can see I have very hooded eyes. This left eye is actually more hooded than the right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tilt my head up, and I'm going to go above my natural crease. You see my crease? I'm going to go above that. The reason I'm doing that is we're creating lift and dimension. When you get older, you want to create lift and dimension. We have dimension. It's in the wrong areas, right? We have this dimension going on right here, a shadow. I have deep set marionette lines. I have sinking in. So we want to distract from those areas, and we want to create lift and dimension in every area that we can. So I'm going to take this Lullaby, and I'm going to create lift and dimension on my hooded eyes by putting that medium tone color here. Okay. So we're just going to keep looking, and we're going to put that shade in and above the crease because we're only using one shade. We're using that eye primer is kind of a secondary shade, and we're going to look and we're going to be like, now look at the difference in the eyes. Okay, this one, see the difference? See how we're creating lift? We have some fine tuning to do over there, but now I'm going to take the same thing and I'm going to come over here and I'm going to go above my natural crease. And we're going to create lift and dimension. Do you see how I'm not going hard on my skin? And I'm just gently applying. I'm not bending my bristles. I'm being very gentle on the eyelid. And see, we're going to create some lift and dimension over there too. So we're just going to keep building up a little bit of color. And I'm going to put a little bit out here on the outer third of my eye. And I'm going to pull a piece of paper out, and then we're going to be really strategic and making sure we have lift on the outer part. All right, a little bit on there, and I'm going to take a piece of paper like so. Does this have writing on it? Yeah. I have pieces of paper folded up absolutely everywhere. Well, here, let's just turn it over. Okay, so I'm going to look at myself, and I am going to go like so. Corner of my eye to the tail of my brow, like that. You can use anything. You can use a spatula, like so. You can use a piece of paper. I've used a business card. I use whatever I need, and I go like this, and then I'm going to feather it in like that. I'll go super slow on this eye for you. Okay, in and above the crease, all the way to that bottom lid. I like this part dark. It's just the outer third, like so, and then I will tap that line. But that's the, like, no eyeshadow is allowed down there. And then I'll just keep filling it in. All right. Same thing on the other side. Take this. See, look at the difference in the eyes even. Just adding a little bit more over there. See how I'm getting that lift and that dimension? Like, the proof is right here. Like, I wish I could screenshot this right here. I probably could. Screenshot that right there and look at the difference. And we've only used one shade. So again, I'm going to take the paper. See my droop right there? Okay. We're going to lift that up. Just like that. Take that piece of paper, go to the tail of your brow. It's going to be different for all of us because we all have different droopy. We all have different shapes and all of that. I'm going to take that. I do have YouTube. You can go find me on YouTube. I need to update some of my longer videos, but I am on there. Yeah. On YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, all the things. Okay, there we go. So Lullaby is a really nice buildable color. It'll only go as dark as it can go, right? So what you see in there, if I put it on thicker, that's only as dark as it can go. That's why I said you can't do this with a really light color. It has to be more of a medium shade for you. You know, what maybe is light for me could be medium for you. Okay, so we're creating that lift over here too. And we're just gonna fine tune it a little bit. I don't want it directly below my brows. I want that white, and I only want it on that outer third here and into my crease. Okay, above my crease. Okay, I'm gonna be done with my eyes in just a second. That was one shade, but what's left on the brush, I'm gonna close my eye and kind of give it a look and see how I still have that white on my lid left over from my eye primer. I'm just gonna do this. Nothing, not very much. You don't have to do this. This is just what I do to make sure I have smooth edges and all of that. And then if there is one little trick that I can give you I was troubleshooting with the lady and she's like, I cannot get my eyeshadow to look like you. Well, first of all, when someone says that, I'm like, okay, back up. You're not me. Your eyes are different, okay? But if you get darker here, let me point with this. If you get darker here than what you are here, it's going to look off to you and you're not going to know why. So make sure that your darker part is out here on that outer third, and then you only bring it in just a little bit for most of us on the inner part. And if you get it too high, just do whatever you got to do. So, all right. I'm going to go now into my face. So my eyes are finished. Oh my gosh, I got it too high. My eyes are finished. And that was one color. It was Lullaby. Another suggestion that you can use for your eyes as a one shade is Sedona. If you want to go to the warm end. I gotta put that right there. Sedona's a really pretty one. I've used Cocoa. Cocoa's dark. I just put it on really, really light. There's just Cafe. There's some really pretty shades that you can put on. So I'm going to pop this back into my magnetic compact like so. And then we're going to go to concealing. I am not going to wear a full face of foundation. I am going to only wear this darker shade, and I put darker. You'll hear me say this a million times. Darker shade on the darker areas. That for you, if you've been color matched by me and you're like, okay, wait. First of all, I help you. I send you all kinds of videos and things. But this is going to go only where I'm dark. So I'm not going to need it here or anywhere here on my forehead. I'm going to go there. I'm going to take this brush and I'm going to tap it in, and I'm going to go here and here on my redness with very little product, like so. How's influenza A in your area? It is a hot mess around here. A hot mess. Okay, so I'm putting it on my pink areas, and then I'll put a little bit on my chin. My chin is also... Oh, I know why this is looking like that. I'm like, wait a minute. I changed out my colors. My concealing shade. I used to use golden hour, so this was looking so different. This is mango. I am pasty right now. Okay, so I changed it out. I have some red underneath my nose. I'm going to flip this over. And I'll go like that. Okay, so you can see I have my cheeks are good. Pink is gone. Chin is good. Color's looking good. I don't have anything on my nose. Nothing down there. Nothing on my forehead. So what I'm going to do is I can wear this shade on my nose even though it's not pink. I can wear it on my nose because it's all kind of concentrating on color right through here. I did not have influenza A that I know of. My daughter and her family, I think for sure did, and it has not been pretty. So now we're going to conceal the under eyes. So pink is gone, which is so good. And we're going to pull out the spot brush, which I recommend for all y'all. And we're going to take the fluffy end, or you can take the small end. And here, where I am pink, or where I'm purple and blue, I'm going to put my concealer. So I'm going to tap into it, and I'm going to conceal my blue and my purple only. And it's darker. You were not mistaken. I am not putting a light color over my discoloration. I don't have a lot of discoloration, and I know some of you have that dark gray look in there. It's actually usually has a base of blue, and you need something peachy and you need something darker on there, or it's going to look gray. You put light on the dark and it'll look gray and cakey, and you don't want that. We're trying to avoid all of that. So I have this color going on here. And then I'm going to pull, this is for all you guys that have those dark under eyes, and it's great for me also. I'm going to take that color and I'm going to mix it with my very loved bronzer right here. And I'm going to apply it here out. And the reason I do that, this really white under eye is making most of you dark under eye look darker. So we're actually going to darken next to it. So we'll take a little bit of that mango, a little bit of bronzer, and you need to be really careful on this because you have under eyes that can get creasing really easily. So we're going to see how I'm not even moving the skin, and I'm going to darken my under eye just a little. I have had customers that do this and they're like, oh my gosh, it totally works. So see how that's darkened, but it's not ridiculous. That would be ridiculous. I got too much bronzer. It's all right. So I'm going to tap it on my under eye. You can kind of tap off on your hand too, if you ever feel like you get too much. Okay, very gently. And then I'll take my finger sometimes and make sure I tap off. So we're darkening that area really easy. And again, I've only used 2 products so far. That's it. All right, then I'm gonna bronze. No makeup anywhere else except where I just put it. And then I'm gonna go into bronzer. This is Bella, my favorite. I'm gonna use that same brush. You don't need to wipe them off because I'm not putting very much product on them. And I'm gonna start, and then I'm gonna bronze my forehead. So I'm getting a little bit of makeup on there. Look at that beautiful glow. There's no illumination in this bronzer at all, but it gives the prettiest skin-like glow to your skin. And I don't know about you, but I'm feeling pasty. I'm like wanting to put this bronzer absolutely like everywhere. It's like, oh my gosh, we are going on vacation soon, so we will be able to get a little bit of vitamin D soon. So that's going to be a good thing. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of bronzer there, and then I am going to put it here. See how I'm kind of white? I'm just going to put a little bit of bronzer there to blend everything in. And that is, see how it's all coming together? You can, if you want, like this is just giving you options. You can leave this alone, but you can take that bronzer and maybe just kind of like, okay, I feel a little bit more comfortable if I would just see how light I am though. I'm not being heavy, a little bit like that, okay? My redness is gone. My eye distractions are gone, and now I'm adding a little bit of a glow and some bronzing just to warm up and blend other things in. Like if I had some melasma in some specific areas, that bronzer can really help blend all that in. And the concealer. I don't like calling it concealer because it's really one of my main foundation shades, but for the world we live in, that's what it is. And then I'm going to use this pretty color. It's called Huckleberry. It's a semi-gloss. Hi, Amy. It's a semi-gloss. I'm going to first put it on my lips. I do like it. Well, I have on a little bit of a gloss, and I put this already on my under eyes, my multi-balm stick. Make sure your under eyes are hydrated before you do your under eyes. I should have told you guys that. I have a little bit of gloss on. I'm going to put it on here. Very pretty mauve color. It goes really, really well with Lullaby. It really does. It goes well with a lot of colors, but that's one that it goes really well with. So it's on my lips, and then I'm going to put it on my cheeks. And let me show you a little trick that I found for my cheeks. All right, so I'm going to tap it high. I want you to apply your blush higher than probably what you think, okay? So we're gonna do like so. Okay, so see how that is? Like my cheekbone is here, but I'm applying it in the beginning right on the tippy top of cheekbone. That's where you want it, and then we're gonna kind of just start blending it around, and then I'll show you my little trick. Same brush that I've used everything on so far, and I don't have to worry about it having makeup all gunky. I mean, look, I know it's black, but can you see that? I'm not gunking it all up. If you're a Saint user and you're gunking your brushes all up, I mean, hang on. This is white. You're gonna have makeup on there, but if their bristles are all sticking together, you're using too much makeup. This is a very topping motion because we need it pressed in and we have mature skin, and it's going to give us a better look. So there's the blush. Okay, see if we're all blended in well, and then I'm going to show you my trick. It's not my trick. I got it from another influencer and it's the dumbest trick ever, but it's been life-saving. So when I used to wear my blush, this is where I stopped because I would get it like too far in and it didn't look good. So I put a little bit on the brush and I'm going to do an upside down triangle right like that. I don't know why this works for me, but it simply gives me the best stopping point for on the, I don't really have apples to my cheek. So the apple of my cheek, that's what we have. So I'm just going to soften the edges with this end like that. And we're going to be done. So I have no makeup on the bottom part of this of my face. I have none right here. And I have basically none out here. And I have very, very little everywhere else. But do I look like I have makeup on? Yes, I do. I do look tired today. It's been a long week. I do look tired, but that's it. The finished look with that. It's one palette. It's not expensive. These are all $16 and you saw how little I needed. You need so little makeup and you can control as a mature woman. Being able to control where you put it is life-changing. I don't even know if you made me change makeup, how I would put a liquid in this area. Or I suppose you could. I suppose you could maybe put it on the back of your hand and do it, you know what I mean, like that. But having this cream makeup, it's like no other. It truly is. And it's so customizable. You can start anywhere you want. So, all right, I'm going to back out because you guys have been looking at a whole lot of Sonia very closely. Thanks for being here. If you have any questions, anything that you said right now will disappear. But if you comment after I post the video, it will be there. So, all right. Thanks for being here, y'all. See ya.